Hello and welcome to Harvendo Gaming. My name is Warrior and this is episode 28 of my Let's Play Tyranny series. In the last episode we finished off exploring the old walls of Twin Rivers and Lethian's Crossing. We had a good boss fight and we also got another artifact. We killed Raidamon. And we freed Zedenya. And yeah, we ended up acquiring or taking control of the spire there. And yeah, in the last little moments we... oh, that's right, when we acquired the spire, we created a library at the top. We set some... we set in motion some research, and then we moved over to the mountain spire. And when we were there, we spent a whole bunch of rings doing some training. So, and we also spent some rings buying some new scrolls for sigils and stuff. So anyway, let's get into it without further ado. Alright, let's just back off that speed. I don't think we need that speed. Oh, here we go. We've got a library upgrade. So you have constructed a library on one of your spires. The library is a source of knowledge, both obscure and arcane. Its presence will attract sages from the school of ink and quill. With enough scrolls, these recruits can discover powerful secrets. Nice. That's good to know. Look at all this parry +1. We did all these we did all these level ups just from our training. Alright, now Corpse Eye. Let's talk the Corpse Eye. Well, if it ain't the big bad boss come to take a look at my wares, handpicked from the finest battlefield corpses, I can assure you. The Scarlet Chorus's members' milky dead eyes roll in their sockets as he bows deeply, mocking you. What'll it be, boss? Let's see what's in stock. I'd like to talk. Mind your tongue, I've killed for less. Remain silent. Corpse Eye, not really a name you come across every day. You know what? Mind your tongue, I've killed for less. You gain wrath for the Scarlet Chorus. And all this time I thought it was only my eyes I had to worry about. Yeah, okay. I know when to bite my tongue. Alright. Remain silent. Gained favour with the Scarlet Chorus. Got a real talker on our hands, have we? No matter. I'm real good at filling silences. Corpse Eye hums to himself, off key, one filmy eye drifting to the side as he bobs his head to the tune. Let's see what's in stock. Ooh, he does have some crazy stuff. Tearsman's Spine Bow. Now, Sunlance. It does less than Sunlance. Right, but let's go to our second one here. Right, so if we go to our second set, so Outbreak. You see, it's more DPS and it's more accuracy, but it's not explosive, whereas Outbreak is explosive, right? On weapon crit, damage 6 to 12 fire. You know? Yeah, so it may do more DPS, but it doesn't, it's not named. So, you know, I'm not really too fussed. Crimson Spear Helm. Okay. Heavy armor. Camping supplies. We don't need any camping supplies right now. Thank you though. And Kenrick. Let's talk to Kenrick. Forgebound Favour 3. A pity that I make weapons and never get to see the enjoyment you take. What do you need, Fatebinder? You have something for me ready? He nods. Let me show you what I have already. Oh geez, he's got a bunch of shit. Alright. That's cool. So, fucking hell, he had a whole bunch of shit there, didn't he? Alright. Let's have a look. Yeah, water, raw meat. Yeah, an iron heater shield, another iron heater shield, bronze javelin, bronze greatsword, a great bow. See, this one is like more DPS, more range, more armor penetration, but again, it's not explosive. So yeah, I'll probably just end up selling that. Let's talk to him again though. Now, okay, yeah. There should be someone here that I can talk to make stuff, shouldn't it? This is my forge, is it not? Fatebinder Cesper. Before you stands a wizened man in a courtly garb of a fatebinder. He seems to be lost in thoughtful examination, his gaze scrutinizing the details of the spire. He shifts his attention to you after a moment, offering a wan smile. Fatebinder Warrior, a pleasure to finally make your acquaintance. His bow strikes you as perfunctory at best. I am Fatebinder Cesper. I understand that you reached out to the court for a trainer. I have been provided. I've also bought wine. Lifts the clay flagon in salute. Wine? What kind of training do you provide? Tell me about yourself. What kind of training do you provide? Think of what I do as teaching an old hand new tricks. I break pupils of the unwanted habits they've picked up so that they may form new ones. Break being the operative word. He smirks and takes a swig of wine. Unlearning can be far more difficult than learning. Let's get started, shall we? Excellent. Will I be working with you personally, or would I prefer a tutor, or would you prefer I tutor a member of your entourage? Retrain self. I'm feeling rusty. Let's work together. Oh, so we retrain there. Okay. I have no need for your services today. Okay. So that's retraining. Kills in shadow flicks nearer your approach. She continues grooming out pelt, long grey fingers, brushing through the coarse hair, picking at mange and mats, mud and blood.
Fatebinder wants beast woman?
The reek of an unwashed feral animal, bloodied and battle-worn, swathes you like a wet blanket, and you breathe through your mouth to keep from retching. We should strategize how to best to deal with our enemies and our allies. I want your opinion on something. Let's play a game. Fatebinder wants to battle you. Had any good hunts lately?
Good, yep. And many more than 5.
Nice. The beast woman flexes and curls her claws in the air, the pitch blackness of them suddenly striking. Stark reminder of their power, their ability to kill.
Waded up deep, murky stream near this favoured camp. Pawed in mud of bank, but did not leave tracks. Crept low and quiet to tent flap, scenting with tongue. Caught ironclads and dragged, squirming like hurt rabbits, into cold black depths of river.
She grins, boastful and filled with bloodlust.
His favoured cannot swim like beast woman, only can sing.
Nice. Play a game. Immediately the beast woman perks up, but straightening as her red eyes roll you with interest.
Like playing with prey, with pack. Would play sometimes with stone whelps. Rut, mate, slaughter.
The dark moors part in a massive, fangy grin.
I'm always down for a game. Unless it involves throwing and catching. In which case,
It's easy. Packmate chooses one of each. Rut, mate, slaughter. If prey is chosen, pack joins ensuing hunt. If packmate is chosen and both agree to game, then pack gets to watch.
rut, mate, slaughter, eh? Well, does it have to be 3 different people? I rutted with my old gang boss, Fine Ass. Mated him for a time, and then I killed him. Of all my days running with the chorus, I think I enjoyed Ass Gang the most.
Barrack looks at you and simply shakes his head in horror and disbelief.
How could beast woman choose any other? Would rut ebb good and hot fast? Would mate alpha and would slaughter, carve back to pieces, slowly, savoring while slicing flesh from neck.
Yeah.
Yep, yep.
Never mind. Alright, cool. You know what we haven't done for a while? We really should just let all these fucking dodge and parry things take their time. But let's talk
My
with
Lord
the guys.
Binder, you have something which requires my attention?
Barrack salutes and he turns to greet you.
What can I do for you?
Okay, so there hasn't been anything more really that's popped up. Okay. We should talk about your connection with Verse.
We are siblings. Half-siblings. Regrettable and repugnant as that fact might seem, it is true. Though the products of different nations and cultures, we have the distinction of sharing a
Oh,
father.
there you go.
I am disgusted by the thought that my father lay down with some low-born southern farmhand. But my horror does not spare me from the truth of it. So I accept the fact and try to move on.
You should take it as a compliment to our father's skills. My mother's a tough woman to please. I rather think I took after him, don't you?
Ah, nice. How did you two become aware of this?
During the conquest, the Scarlet Chorus made sport of shooting down messenger birds on their way to the disfavored camp. Anything they could accomplish to hinder our efforts or embarrass us was fair game.
This is interesting.
My father sent a missive intended for my eyes alone. By incredible chance, Verse intercepted it and recognized the name and handwriting. She found me in camp that evening, and we discussed our unlikely situation. We've done everything in our power to keep the word quiet. Not many in the Legion know that I share blood with a Southerner, much less a chorus rat.
Alright.
Don't worry, Barrack. When my old gang boss caught wind of our discovery, I killed her and took the gang for myself. Our secret's safe with me. Well, it was,
Alright, here we
anyway.
go. Nice. Do you even like each other?
Not particularly. She is unstable at the best of times, and a hardened killer at the worst. I don't know what her family did to her, but she lacks any pretense of human decency.
It takes one to know one. Don't act like we're so different, Barrack. You're the most repressed and intolerant soldier I've ever met. You hide it under duty and pride, but it's still there.
How has this affected you, Barrack? Have you noticed any significant impact, Bass?
I've asked myself about that several times, but unfortunately I don't have what you'd call a definitive answer. The Northerners put a lot of meaning behind family and blood. Seems arbitrary to me, but I don't want to discredit it entirely. I told you about what happened to my Scarlet Fury sisters. The hesitation I experienced. Sometimes I wonder if that wasn't because of my connection to Barrack. He's stubborn, regimented, everything I'm not. I suppose there's no telling for sure, but if I had to guess... Yeah. Sometimes I get messed up in my head, and learning I had a brother has helped me understand that better.
Nice.
Well, Verse has a nasty habit of jabbering in my ear and making this war intolerable. I plan on parting ways and returning to the north at first convenience. My father will answer for his infidelity. Beyond that, I am happy to consider myself in every way unaffected. My superiors once accused me of having an impulsive streak, but I have worked to suppress it at every turn.
When you go back home, send Father my fondest greetings and thanks. If he hadn't gone to ground on my mother's dry dock, I might not be here today.
My heritage was a point of pride and distinction before I met you, Verse. Not that you would care.
I like this. This is good lore. This is really good lore. I've heard enough, though I'd like to return to this topic when both of you
If
are
we
present.
must, I cannot imagine what can be gained of traveling together. I grant that we are both proficient fighters, but most days we get along as well as the archons of war and secrets.
Let's discuss some immediate concerns. What do you think about circumstances? What are your thoughts on me and my deeds? What do you think about travel companions? What do you think about circumstances? The Overlord would not stand for civil war between the Archons. I would like to think that Tunon would broker a peace between the two, but there is too much hostility between Gravenash and the Voices and the Rat. We are not powerless to help the situation. We can try to find ways to stop the Voices and the Rat, or discredit him in the Overlord's eyes. If the Voices were eliminated, the chorus would collapse and the infighting would cease. What are your thoughts on me and my deeds? Does Favour hold you in high regard? The Legion is wary of letting outsiders bury our refuse. Much less fighting among our ranks, so take the compliment for what it is worth, filthy outsider. Any reservations overside, your military record speaks for itself. You are Tunon's fate binder, and my opinions on the matter do not come into it one way or the other. Farewell. Alright.
At your service, Fatebinder.
Birth bows with an added flourish.
What do you need?
Have either of you noticed that you fight particularly well together?
The thought has crossed my mind from time to time. During the many battles of the Conquest, we found ourselves standing back to back with enemies on all sides on more than one occasion.
The big guy here is as useless as an empty scabbard without his phalanx to keep him alive, but I move fast enough to compensate for it. And it's nice having a living wall of rusted iron I can use for cover.
Here we go. So we've chosen this before, but we didn't have the. Do you think this is because of your shared heritage? So
if you want to attach some arcane meaning to the whole thing, be my guest. I couldn't tell you for sure. I doubt that a capable tactician could explain why certain soldiers learn to rely on each other.
In the disfavored ranks, the Oathbound seem to know more about synchronizing their efforts, and the same could be argued for the Scarlet Furies. I don't know how they pair up their units, but it isn't by virtue of blood.
And do you think this is possible?
I would suggest that our fighting styles complement each other, but they do not. I would suggest that we get along, but we do not. We don't even finish each other's
sentences. Okay, that was strange. Did you hear that? The next time I catch a whiff of Barrick's meaning, I'm keeping my mouth shut.
That's too good. Alright. Eb nods at your approach and offers a curt bow.
What is it you need?
Okay, so...
Ask away.
Let's speak of magic. Tell me about yourself. What can you tell me of the Archons in the tiers? Let's speak of magic.
You know, I normally charge for this, but for you...
Eb smiles, awaiting your query. What can you tell me about your magical tradition? Do you know anything of the magic of the Archons? Know anything about the old walls and the spires? Do you know anything of the magic of the Archons? Enough to know I'm out of my element. That is to say, I've studied the many Archons a great deal, and I have a great number of hypotheses and conjectures, but, well, I'm no expert yet. And like most who have invoked the Archons of times past to work magic, I do wonder what difference of birth or experience gives one the magical potential to be an Archon. Most of my studies have been in the question of origins of form. It's known we can emulate the magic of Archons that came before us, but is it possible to tap into the magic of Archons yet to be? So far, the answer seems to be no. Know anything about the old walls and the spires? Not enough. Never enough. Eva smiles, twirling her staff in her hands. As a child, I was terrified of the old walls. I think that's true of most folk. Now that I am Arc Gravelight with a wiggle of my fingers, I can arc. Gravelight is the magical term for the light of the moon Terratus grave, specifically when harnessed and manipulated for nefarious purposes. While the moon's rays are normally incapable of causing so much as a mild sunburn, the Tidecasters have long studied magic that can concentrate those rays into bolts and beams of searing doom. The Tidecasters have spent centuries trying to mimic and control the moon's tidal pull on the oceans, and will often mention that diverting moonlight is the easy stuff compared to pulling and pushing the tides. But modern times have forced the School of Tides to concentrate on the more martial applications of this magic. Fair enough. Well, I think when I'm a shriveled old hag, dying in the old walls would be a great way to go. What can you tell me of the Bane? What I know is largely taken from Master Camberul's work and some near-fatal experience venturing close to the old walls. As best as I understand it, the Banes are a bit of magical will that have an extended life of their own. I'm of the belief that they nest or reproduce in the old walls, the only place you regularly find them. And magic attracts the Bane. That much I know to be true firsthand. Again, this is personal theory, but I'm guessing they eat or drink magic, so our spells are invitations to die.
Water mystics' insight is keen. Have also honed claws by hunting Bane?
The beast woman sniffs and gives a slight nod. She rumbles a light purr of approval.
Well, I left out the part about all the times I've had to run for my life because I got too curious.
Eb lifts up the fabric of her sarong to show a deep scar on her hip. She chuffs happily. She shakes her mane and snorts.
Is nothing. His scar-brewed whelps earn in second season kill. Scars of near death are cut deeper.
She traces one of the longer, jagged lines that jigs her ribs and chest. How are you still alive?
Will not die so easily. Am not like humans.
Ask away.
Alright. Let's talk of something
What
else.
is it you need?
Let's return to our travels. Okay. So that was a nice little start to the episode. So what do we got here? So we have the mountain spire. Alright, so the ocean spire is where we have the forge. So we want to go to the ocean spire next. Right, so Ascension Hall, Bendrian's Well. Now that's not got something around it anymore. So we can safely say that there's no longer anything for us to do there. Alright, so let's go to the ocean spire. That's only going to take us 15 minutes. And let's see what is here for us to look at. Alright. Who is in shadow is here. Forge bound favour 3. The forge burns bright, Fatebinder. Volus bows below before you. How may I serve you? Have you completed forging an item for me? Your recruits have been hard at work. Let me show you what they've done. Jesus Christ, we've got a lot of fucking ingots and shit here. Okay. I found this hilt in the old walls. What can you tell me about it? That looks like the hilt of Sentinel, one of the finest swords the forge bound have ever made. With this, I could recreate it if you want. Is there anything else I can do for you? I want you to forge something for me. Certainly, Fatebinder. New Spire Forge plan available. Alright, here we go. Commander's Plate. Artifact, hey? Alchemist's Gloves. So what's this? This is heavy armor. It's bronze. Superior. Armor 6. Modifiers apply the lash. Will of command. Call to battle. Resurgence. And undying. 1 iron ring and 10 bronze ingots. Recruits needed at the forge. That's pretty crazy. Okay, what's this do? Control life. Artifact. Nightwalker's boots. They're leather. Superior. +2 trap detection. +10% perception. Shadow strike. Teleport behind an enemy and attack, dealing significant damage. Or that would be good for, or a hound's hide mantle. We need the hound's hide mantle for that. Okay. Sentinel. So Sentinel's not an artifact. Fighters who live to an advanced age will adopt swords like Sentinel early in their career. Tradition holds that the wielder etches a tasteful representation of their life path along the flat of the blade, and anyone who picks it up after their death will know their story. This practice gave way to the complicated laws of inheritance and has faded from popularity. Okay, so it's not bad. It is worth fucking nine iron rings though. So do we let's just do it. Alright, because I think it only costs us 60 bronze rings. So 60 bronze rings. Now just wait, is going to be so that's like 6,000 bronze rings. So like 9,568 rings is only going to be like 90 bronze rings, isn't it? Okay. All right. No, let's just have a look around. Ragus, what's Ragus got? Man shuffles back and forth, back further toward the wall behind him, avoiding as much eye contact with the horizon as possible. Fatebinder. A large grin flashes across his face, only momentarily masking a continually worried expression. As poor a time as any to mention I'm not too fond of heights, eh? He takes in a deep breath and calms himself to the best of his ability. If I can master this fear, then I can master anything, right? Show me what you have for sale. Okay, so you got some stuff here, but it doesn't look like it's anything crazy. Is Nikostas. The forge man levitates a small glowing orb of flame in his hand before suddenly clenching it with his fist, smothering the flame into nothing but smoke and ash. Ooh, Fatebinder. He gives you a quick bow. I am Nikostas. I'm not yet a master, but I find teaching others my ways only betters my own understanding. If you wish to be trained, I'd like to train. Control fire. Control frost. Okay, so you can't really do anything for my mage casters. That's alright. That's alright. What have we got here? The old walls extend from the ruined lands to the southern sea. Yep. Vora. The young forge-bound kneels down, her eyes fixed on the molten metal cascading down into the forge. I've never seen anything like this in all my years. She stands up and dusts her knees. I appreciate the opportunity you've given me. Please take a look at my wares. Iron foot knockers. Fuck yeah, who doesn't want iron foot knockers? Right, iron foot knockers. They do have tenacity and form. I mean, that's better than what she's got. Right, yeah. Heavy bronze armor, exquisite. What's old mate got? So it's more armor and less recovery. It's exquisite. You know what? Let's trade. So that can go on you, right? And then this can go on her, and then we can sell the iron boots and the bronze brotherhood armor trade. Now, what do you got in the way of helms here? Bronze brotherhood helm. Superior iron, no. Heavy bronze crested helm, no, that's not as good. Okay, well, that's that. Alright, Terraman. The man gives you a slight bow with his arms outstretched before him. You can see his arms bear markings both familiar and foreign to you. Greetings, Fatebinder. I might not be a mystic or a mighty warrior, but what I possess are my connections to the world trade. You've travelled the world. Yes, I've seen this empire from one end to the other. It would seem that my travels always take me to the very heart of Kairos' conquests. He crosses his arms and looks off beyond the spire. The tears, however, they are unlike anything I've seen before. I'm sorry to digress. I'm sure you would like to see my wares. What's so different about the tears? Forge bound favour 3. He clasped his hand together eagerly. The tears is rich with a long and complicated history, a crucible of sorts for leaders of palpable magnitude. He chuckles to himself. I wouldn't be surprised if Kairos herself was a tearsman eons ago. Yeah, that checks. That does check. Iron heater shield, right? Like, let's check out the iron heater shield. Okay, no, so it's not as good. Okay, so faithful promise, yeah, it's a named item. Again, it's named items, man. You can't. You know, you just can't be a named item. Alright, Master of Brazing. Warrior, the briefest just smiles crosses his face and is gone as quickly as the light flickers across it. If what they say is true about the magic of these spires, it will be my distinct honour to work for you amongst these forges. What have you made for me? Don't have anything for you at the moment. Check back later. Recruits can generate items while you are gaining experience by adventuring in the world. Master of Smelting. The man's face lights up at the moment you approach. Ah, Governor Warrior. Is it alright if I refer to you by your old form of address? We have yet to have someone run Lothian's Crossing as well as you did. So far as I'm concerned, the mantle will always be yours. He fidgets with his hammer anxiously for a moment before lowering his voice. If I may be so bold, I have questions for you. Ask away. Praxis's eyes light up with the same intensity of the forge behind him. From where does Kairos' power truly stem? Is it from the magic of edicts? Is it from archons, or perhaps from the loyal subjects and their toil? Archons are the true source of Kairos' power. I'd argue they're commoners of this world. Shrug. Nah. I'd argue the commoners of this world are the source of Kairos' power. It's their collective submission that legitimizes Kairos' rule. Archons are the true source of Kairos' power. With such mighty creatures at the Overlord's disposal, she can delegate much of her affairs, and her reach becomes limitless. Edicts are the crux of Kairos' power. Powerful magic that can shape the very landscape gives Kairos dominion over our reality. Yes. I hadn't considered that. When the winds can be stirred by her very utterance, who's to question her control? Praxis quietly nods to himself for a moment, almost forgetting you were there. My apologies for indulging myself in the philosophical. Is there anything I can do for you? What have you made for me? Don't have anything for you yet. Oh, fucking hell, guys. What the fuck are you doing then? Okay, forge. Yes, okay. I want to forge. So, why are we up here? Select a weapon or arm. Oh, you can upgrade. That's right. I forgot.
This will be fun.
I forgot that you can upgrade. This item cannot be upgraded. Ooh. We can upgrade Dauntless to a masterwork for 50 and 7. Yeah, we've got that. Alright, Right, so let's do that. Let's upgrade that to a masterwork, and we can upgrade that to you know what? Let's try and get some of our main beige helm, right? So it's superior. We can upgrade it to exquisite, and then a masterwork. Let's get all our artifacts upgraded, right? This is why we're fucking so our artifacts now, we just have to no, not spell creation. Here we go. Right, so our artifacts are Dauntless, the Steadfast Insignia, Magebane Helm, the Grave Bow, and the Sun Lance, right? So, Dauntless, the Sun Lance, and the main Magebane Helm, they're all upgraded already, right? So, Dauntless, yeah, the Sun Lance. Can we upgrade? We can't upgrade the Steadfast Insignia, right? But we can upgrade the Grave Bow. Alright, so let's fucking upgrade that. So that means that all of our items, all of our artifacts now are masterworks. Now, none of these are overly great, but like see, like Dying Wish, Bane Touched Gauntlets, you see like that, these how these are fucking, these are named items, right? So we want to, our named items, we want to upgrade them. We need to get like some better leather stuff. What about glory? We can upgrade glory, right? We can upgrade it to superior. Right, so at least it's superior. Do we upgrade it one more time? We've only got 2 iron rings left. Maybe that's enough. Right. Harm's Way. Okay, maybe like let's upgrade Harm's Way so that it's exquisite at least. Right. And then what do we got here? We got Outbreak. We should upgrade Outbreak. Research drug recipe has been completed. So at least we've got like exquisite on all of our weapons, right? So yeah, exquisite, like at least masterwork at least. Can we upgrade these? See, that all takes bronze, right? Like fucking what's up with, let's get some like, see, oh, how much, we only have 1 iron ring. Okay, so we should come back later. Oh, 3, what do we got here? Unarmed attacks, parry, dodge, and subterfuge. Parry and athletics. One-handed weapons, two-handed weapons, dodge and athletics. See, we could probably ditch someone and, okay, what's this? What's it? New item since last visit. New item since last visit, okay. So, Sunset Spire, Lethian's Crossing. Alright. That's enough of that, I think. We're looking pretty beefy at the moment, so let's go to the mountain spire, right? Accept, and we'll have a look at what this new item is. New item. Let me show you what I have already. Okay, so we've got some grain and a bronze javelin. And we do have to remember that yeah, oh no, we're not at Lethian's Crossing, we're at the mountain spire. Yeah. Okay, so we do have to remember that fuck, what was I about to say? I completely lost my train of thought there. Anyway. It's the status of your research. I'm happy to say I've made great progress. He beams at you and exhales a welcome breath. Allow me to show you my findings. Alright. Vagrant's Chore and a scroll. New Spire Infirmary recipe available. Vagrant's Chore can be created with access to a Spire Infirmary. Alright, cool. Edicts, we don't need to worry about them. So, but we do have to remember that, yes, we do have to pay upkeep. Right, so we got to make sure that we keep money coming in. That's not what I was going to say before, but we do have to try and remember that. Right, so let's go to Lethian's Crossing itself, because we've got business there. We've got to go and talk to some people. And I might have to... Oh, here we go. Who's this? Settler Fatebinder, it's good to see you're alive. With all the commotion coming from inside the old walls, Eldian was beginning to worry about you. He sent me to find you, should you return to Lethian's Crossing. Tried to convince some of the disfavored soldiers to go inside the old walls and help, but they all refused. It appears as though their help wasn't needed. Thank you for the information. The challenges of the old walls could never keep me from protecting Lethian's Crossing. Tell the old man to stop worrying about me and start worrying about himself. The challenges of the old walls could never keep me from protecting Lethian's Crossing. We are grateful for your protection, he bows deeply and runs off.
Right.
Alright. A little bit of bullshit there, but, you know. Okay, let's firstly come over here and talk to what's her name? Vintara. Here we go. Alright. I found the bodies of the blood chanters you were hiding at Twin Rivers. What are you talking about? Vintara's voice drops as she continues in a solemn, quiet tone. Blood chanters in Twin Rivers? Gino saw what your soldiers did years ago, and now you want him dead. Athletics, don't act dumb. You've been hiding it for years, and Gino is the last piece of the evidence. Bang. Vintara steps closer, her hand resting on the hilt of her sword, whispering so you can barely hear her. Making wild and misleading accusations against the commanding officer is a punishable offence, Fatebinder. I would take care. I'm willing to forget this issue if you drop the charges against Gino. Disfavored Wrath 1. Really, Vintara? Is this information truly worth losing your life over? Oh, yes. Gain wrath with the disfavored. Vintara takes a step backwards and drops her gaze, defeated. You win, Fatebinder. I will exonerate Gino. I was decidedly uncomfortable with my orders in this matter anyway. What were your orders? We were told to silence Gino, but to do it as quietly and indirectly as possible. Turning him into a wanted criminal seemed the best option. She shakes her head, momentarily losing her composed standing. I didn't know until just now what exactly he did to deserve it. Barrick, the Legion commander I respected, would never slander the name of Graven Ash this way. You are a disgrace to our noble forces. I've allowed Ash to end I have followed Ash to the end of Terratus itself. My last desire is to see the great general humbled. Vintara quiets as she takes a thoughtful moment. I've already said too much. She stands back at attention, returning her gaze to the crowd. Leave. Travel well, Fatebinder. She taps the back of her gauntlet to her helmet and bows deeply. Alright. Speak with Gino. You've spoken with Vintari and convinced her to let Gino return back to the settlement with all charges dropped. Return to Gino in Deserter's March and tell him the good news. Alright, well that's that one done. Now, we still need to find Callian. You know what? Give us a second. I'm going to Google this. Alright, so it is part of Lethian's Crossing, so we really just need to have a look around and see the Forge, Siren's Sanctuary, Old Wall's entrance, Lethian's Mistress. So it's around here somewhere. It's one of these doors that we can get into. No. And that's Eldian. We need to talk to him anyway. May the silence of peace and the jangling of rings both follow you in all things. What can this old fool do for you? I recovered the main beige helm from Ratamon. Odian's face breaks into an enormous smile and he puts out his hands in joy. I knew you wouldn't fail. Now we can put it back where it belongs. Please let me have it. Actually, I think it's safe with me. I have need of it for the time being. No, Fatebinder, you cannot. Without the Mage Bane, we are susceptible to more attacks. Please, do not leave us exposed like this. Sorry, Eldian, but I am going to keep it. You have lost favour with Lethian's Crossing. You have gained wrath with Lethian's Crossing. Eldian sighs and nods slowly. As you will at Fatebinder, after everything you have done for Lethian's Crossing, I will trust your judgment. The hero's path is hard fought and even harder walked. My mother always said. I can't say I ever knew what she meant until now. If you say the helmet is better left in your hands, I believe you. Leave, be on my way. Oh nice, I just got an achievement there, and I'll report to Graven Ash now. Tell him what happened in Lethian's Crossing.
Sorry, can't.
Hey, we just killed what was inside the old walls, so you know, I don't think you're going to get many attacks anymore. Let's just have a quick look at how our reputation with Lethian's Crossing is looking though, right? Lethian's Crossing. Yeah, so we got plenty of favour and we got plenty of wrath. You killed the havoc inside the Lethian's Crossing old walls. People of Lethian's Crossing were appreciative of your words and actions, yeah. You decided to keep the Mage Bane for yourself, to the dismay of Eldian and other Lethian's Crossing settlers, yeah, so that brought the wrath all the way up there. Yeah, well, that's how these things work out sometimes. Alright. This guy's not gonna like that I killed his sister either. What do we got here? Got fruit. Siren is the only one to talk to in here. No, we don't want Siren. We want Callian. Loading. What's happening here? You know nothing, Libya. Instead of running, I hid behind Fausto as he was impaled, and let his body fall on top of me and used it as camouflage so the enemy would think I was dead. At least by fleeing, you left yourself open for an honourable battlefield death. I pushed Nonna at 2 Brotherhood members, hoping it would cause a distraction to help ensure my escape. She is dead because of my cowardice, Tarkin. My shame goes far deeper than yours ever could. Fatebinder, your arrival is perfectly timed. We need you to adjudicate for us. Yes, settle this dispute for us. What is the matter at hand? Dispute? Adjudication. From what I've heard, you sound like 2 children complaining to each other. We sound like children, Fatebinder. It is only because we acted like children and now stand before you humiliated and debased. We do not know how to proceed. During the recent Brotherhood raid on Lethian's Crossing, both Tarkin and I caused disgrace to come to the disfavoured, and we do not know whose act sport more shame. Yes, Fatebinder, we must pay for our failures, and we need you. Help us determine which of us inflicted more pain on our brothers and sisters so that person can try to redeem himself or herself. I'm confused. One of you wants to be held responsible for what went wrong during the raid. This is odd, but okay. No, I'm an enforcer of the Archon of Justice. When it's invoked, my ruling is final. Are you sure you want to do this? If you're going to argue in front of a Fatebinder, I'm an enforcer of the Archon of Justice. When it's invoked, my ruling is final. Are you sure you want to do this? I eagerly agree. We must atone for the wrongs we have done. We will both abide by your decision, Fatebinder, else we could not have asked for your help. Why is your disgrace greater than Tarkin's? Between us, I have caused more disappointment with my behaviour. Clearly my failures should result in a much harsher punishment. Not only did I fail to maintain order, I fled the battle when I realised the danger. I thought of myself before my brethren, and for that I should be censured. Tarkin, why do you think you have more reason to atone? Livia says she failed Lethian's Crossing, but it is clear my failures are worse than hers. My cowardice resulted in the deaths of my fellow soldiers, and now I will live with that guilt. I must be made to pay for not living up to what is expected of me. Tarkin says he caused the death of fellow disfavoured. How are your actions worse than his? In my desire to escape unharmed, I tripped another soldier so he would cause a distraction and ensure that I could put enough distance between me and the Brotherhood while they finished him off. In my horrible state of self-preservation, I caused the death of a friend. This is on top of pushing Nonna into another group of Brotherhood so she would delay them as I ran. My disgrace is clearly the worst. To Tarkin, Livia says her cowardice is worse than your thoughtlessness. Why should you bear the guilt of both your actions? She knows nothing about the depths of my shame. Arrows were flying about me and I hid behind an elderly townsperson, shielding myself with her frail body. That is no disgrace compared to my actions. I picked up a young child as I ran, holding him in front of me in the hopes he would take the brunt of any blow that befell me. Only a child, I assaulted a woman and took her clothing, pretending to be a townsperson so I could escape town without having to fight. I stole a baby from his wailing mother's arms and pretended he was my own, hoping it would get me out of safely. When I was stopped and it seemed a fight was inevitable, I threw the baby at my foe and ran. Fucking hell, these guys are really fucked up, isn't it? Clearly this is all about unresolved sexual tension. Have you thought that maybe all you need is a good fuck? If being the most shameful is so important, why not have a duel to determine it? Enough, stop this ridiculous one-upping. No resolution will come. Oh, I gotta go with the first one. Clearly this is all about unresolved sexual tension. Have you thought that maybe all that you need is a good fuck? You've gained wrath with tune on. Absolutely not. I don't know what you think that disfavoured do, but I guarantee you, Fatebinder, we are not like that. I have misbehaved and need to be punished. It's as simple as that. You offend us, Fatebinder. There is nothing sexual about this dispute. It's a matter of honour. You could have fooled me. These two are ready to tear into each other, and I'm all for letting them do it. Not everyone's motivations are base or crass as yours, Verse. Spoken from a man who hasn't been able to touch himself since the fall of Stalwart. I'm ready to make my decision. What are your final words? I should pay for the price of this favour's failure. Punish me, not Livia. No, Fatebinder, do not listen to him. It would shame me. You keep saying that, but it is not the case. Do not decide in her favour, Fatebinder. My failings cause the most deaths, not hers. Stop the bickering, or there will be no decision made. Enough. Do you want to hear my ruling or not? Enough. Do you want to hear my ruling or not? Yes, Fatebinder. This is very important to me. I promise to behave. Please, Fatebinder, tell us your decision. Neither of you have done anything truly wrong. No, fuck that. You have both together brought true shame to the disfavoured, and with your pointless arguing, both of you will pay the price for it. While I would prefer to experience the full glory of penitence myself, at least I know it will be shared with a worthy ally. You do your position proud, Fatebinder. Thank you, Fatebinder. We gave our word to accept your ruling, and we shall. We are done here. Oh, mate. Do you know what do you know what the punishment should be? They gotta fuck. The punishment should be that they have to fuck each other. Oh, man, that would be too good. Oh, fucking hell. That would be absolutely too good. If isn't edicts that threaten it isn't edicts that threaten. Okay. Oh man, you should make them fuck. All right, let's look at Tunon. Okay, so let's look at Tunon. Here we go. So we gained a little bit of wrath with him. Tunon was disappointed by your dishonest, chaotic ways. Oh, that's so good, man. That's fucking so good. That's the highlight of this episode. Oh man, in the description, I've got to say something about like our Fatebinder's decision, because that is fucking amazing. Wait, over here, I need your help. Fatebinder, the blonde woman standing near the corner of the building, cries out to you as you pass. I need your help. It's terrible. Her voice breaks as she wipes her hand across her eyes. My wife is dead. She puts her face in her hands and sobs. Poor Phaedra. She pulls her hands away, a fierce passion in her eyes. She was slain by the Bronze Brotherhood. This cannot be allowed to stand. I demand a Fatebinder's justice. I'm sorry for your loss, but people are killed in war. Have you taken this matter to the garrison? I can find her killer, but how do you know it was the Brotherhood? You lost a loved one? Join the queue. I can find her killer. How do you know it was the Brotherhood? The necklace. Her hand moves back to her neck, tracing bare skin. She was wearing the necklace I gave her when She burst into tears. It was a younger man. Her words tremble with her sobs. Sandro. She whispers the name in a lower tone. He struck her dead and took the necklace. I was paralyzed. I froze and just watched. Her eyes well up as more tears overtake her. Sorry for your loss. Have you taken? No. Bearing false witness can lead to even more murder. Are you sure it was Sandro and not some other Brotherhood mercenary? Gain 12 law experience. Of course I'm sure. I would recognize Sandro anywhere. The angry tone in her voice rises. He and Phaedra were friends once. They had a falling out years ago over some trivial matter. He must still be angry about it. I think he took the necklace as a token. You know how these mercenary thugs are. I'll be back after I find Sandro. Kill Sandro and please bring back the necklace. The thought of those thugs pawning it. She rests her head in her hands and sobs. You can't let him get away with this. The Brotherhood's hideout is somewhere in Twin Rivers. Kill him and give me some peace. Widow's Revenge. Alright. Let's go into this house here and see if Callian is here. No,
That wasn't so hard.
But we've got some bits of scroll and some bronze. Where the fuck is this Callian guy, I tell you? He's supposed to be here somewhere. Anyway, I think, considering we're coming up on 1 hour exactly, that this is a good place to end the episode. So, I will give it a little savey. Right. And I'll move to the outro. And thank everyone for joining me today, especially if you've made it through to the end. Please consider liking the video. Please consider subscribing to the channel. I stream on Mondays, Wednesdays and Fridays, all at 7 PM Adelaide time. I'll also record a Let's Play series like the one that you're watching right now. This is my second series. I release episodes on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays, so please give them a look. I will put a link to my first Let's Play series, which is the Banner Saga, at the end of this video. Give it a look, you might like it. It's a full run through, so you can see the story from start to finish. Other than that, I thank you again. I hope you're having a great night or day or weekend, whatever it is. I hope you're having a great one. Never stop loving life, and I will see you in the next episode. Bye.